In the heart of an ancient forest where the pine needles laid a thick, soft blanket on the earth, lived a gray wolf named Kalen. The journey Kalen was not like the wolves of fables full of wickedness or wile. He was a creature of the wild, a social animal with complex family dynamics, as are all his kind. He belonged to a pack that viewed itself not as a strict hierarchy of alphas and betas, but rather as a family unit, parents and their offspring working in harmony to survive. His story began one crisp autumn, when the air turned sharp and his mate Lyra gave birth to their first litter in a carefully selected den. The demands of the new pups were great, and Kalen felt a deep ancestral pull to provide. The local elk, their primary prey, had grown scarce, driven to higher ground by an early frost. The pack was hungry. Kalen decided to venture beyond their usual hunting grounds, a dangerous journey that meant encroaching on the territory of the Ridge Pack, known for their fierce protectiveness. He traveled for 2 sun cycles, his long snout occasionally raised to scent the shifting winds, his powerful legs carrying him silently over fallen logs and through icy streams. The encounter on the 3rd day, a heavy snow began to fall, turning the forest into a world of white and silence. Kalen picked up a fresh scent, not of prey but of another wolf. He tracked it carefully, the hair on his neck raising slightly, a natural caution in this unfamiliar terrain. He found her near a partially frozen river. She was old, with a coat as white as the snow around them, and a curly patch of fur on her side, a remnant of an old injury or deficiency. She was struggling to drag a small half-frozen deer carcass back towards the Ridgepack lands. Kalen knew he could take the carcass from her. The law of the wild often favored the strong, but as he looked at her tired, knowing green eyes, he felt a different instinct rise within him, a feeling of shared struggle, of connection. He let out a soft, low whine, a sound of non-aggression, and then moved forward, not to fight but to help. The old she-wolf tensed, a low growl rumbling in her chest, but Kalen just nudged the deer with his own powerful muzzle, indicating a shared effort. To his surprise, she understood. To return together, they dragged the carcass, breaking trail through the deepening snow. They did not speak in the way humans do, but in shared glances, grunts, and the rhythmic patting of their paws. When they reached the edge of her pack's territory, Kalen stopped. The old wolf paused, looking back at him. In her eyes, he saw gratitude, a silent acknowledgement of an unexpected kindness. He turned and began the long journey home, the thought of his own hungry pack a burning fire in his belly. The return trip was swifter. The snow had settled, and his path was clearer. He was exhausted when he finally reached his den, but he was not empty-pawed. On the way back, he had successfully brought down a young deer. His mate met him with joyous yips, and the pups swarmed him, burying their small blind faces in his thick fur. As the pack fed, Kalen lay on the cold earth watching over them. He realized that evening that the strength of the wolf was not just in the chase, but in the connections, the family bond, the unexpected kindness to a stranger, the pure, unmolested life of a creature that knew its place in the world. He had faced the challenge of a harsh winter, and in choosing empathy over conflict, he had ensured his family would survive to see the spring. He was a good wolf most of the time, and he had found a friend in the wild. Cold Dark.